Why are you here?
I am here because I have a loathing hatred for the company Monsanto, which a lot of people don't know that Monsanto is actually just a chemical company and they have no business basically dictating our food supply.
Monsanto was founded in 1901, and for many decades it was a producer of pesticides and industrial chemicals. So, for instance, they're best known for producing PCBs, which are polychlorinated biphenyls, which were for many decades used as industrial coolants. And it turns out that they were very toxic compounds. And Monsanto actually had evidence that they were dangerous as early as the 1930s and basically ignored this evidence. Monsanto was also a major manufacturer of Agent Orange, which was used as a defoliant in the Vietnam War. Agent Orange is laced with dioxin, which is an incredibly potent toxin, and it harmed both U.S. troops and also even more the Vietnamese population. So that's kind of the history of Monsanto. In the 1980s, they began buying up seed companies, seed firms. So a lot of the major seed firms in the United States and in other countries are now owned by Monsanto, which is the largest seed company in the world. We feel that patents on seeds are wrong. That whole patent regime was never meant for seeds. It was meant for mechanical inventions. So this is a real problem, and it's really negatively impacted.
There's been a bit of an uproar this past week due to Obama's signing of a recent bill that has become affectionately labeled the Monsanto Protection Act, or H.R. 933. So much so that it's led Senator Barbara Mikulski to publicly apologize for letting the provision slip through.
The Supreme Court has sided with a seeding company against a Knox County farmer. The court sustained that Monsanto, the company, they claimed that Vernon Bauman violated the company's patents on soybean seeds that are resistant to its weed killer. The justices voted unanimously this morning to reject Bowman's argument that cheap soybeans he bought from a grain elevator are not covered by the Monsanto patents. That's even though most of them were genetically modified to resist the company's Roundup herbicide. Now, the justices say that a farmer who buys patented seeds must have the patent holder's permission up first.
Let's review what we have so far. Genetic engineering transfers genes between species. The process itself creates mutations throughout the DNA, which can produce new allergens, toxins, and other nasties. The inserted genes and their proteins may trigger inflammation, which might promote numerous problems such as digestive disorders, allergies, diabetes, autoimmune disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, kidney disease, thyroid disease, and heart attacks. Genetically engineered Bt corn produces an insecticide, which may break holes in our intestinal walls. If so, experts link gut permeability to allergies, autism, and premature aging, as well as other disorders such as autoimmune disease, cancer, asthma, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and others. Most GM plants are engineered to survive doses of Roundup herbicide. Roundup steals nutrients, which can lead to nutrient-deficient plants, animals, and humans. Roundup can also cause birth defects and other reproductive disorders. Lab animals that ate Roundup-ready crops lost a large number of offspring. Roundup is also linked to infertility, which may be from disrupted hormones, nutrient deficiency, or a brand new organism. FDA scientists had warned that GMOs were dangerous, but their boss was a Monsanto man. Monsanto sells Roundup and most GM seeds. The FDA doesn't require any studies and doesn't monitor any health issues.
What I hope changes is that enough people either start feeling the effects of GMOs and decide to change their lives while they still can. I mean, to me, it's like people waking up to the reality of cigarettes and how deadly they are. It's the same kind of game, you know. It usually takes a generation for things to sink in. So my hope is by the time I'm, you know, in my 40s or 50s, you know, 20 years from now, hopefully the bee population has not been destroyed and people will just decide to say no to GMOs and they won't buy them, and this company maybe will either become obsolete or they will be forced to reface their entire corporation and abandon their chemical ways and adopt, you know, an organic food industry. But again, I think that's a bunch of pipe dreams. So I think the short-term most practical notion is simply us getting it labeled so people know right now, and we can continue that dialogue, and we can try to get people to just choose organic.